Well, salute all the way from Paraguay, my friends, and I hope you are keeping well. You truth seekers, you survived another week. It's the start of a new week. Let's drink to that. So, salute to your health and your freedom. So, yeah, what an interesting week it's been. I mean, I have seen so many misinformation and disinformation about Paraguay. It's scary. One of the key things that we've noticed is that people are fear-mongering, telling people that Paraguay foreigners are being targeted. We are being taken out. I don't know if there's two Paraguays, but that's not the Paraguay I live in. To be honest with you, I don't hear of murders. I don't. You know, and I might be flagged now because I said that word now on YouTube, but, you know, the fear-mongering going on by expats on Facebook and Instagram and all of that, it's disgusting. Where do they live? I have never heard of so many nonsense in my life. And anyway, that's why people don't like me, because I'm outspoken. If somebody talks shit, I'm going to tell them they're talking shit. Literally, Paraguay is very low crime. No violent crimes. I have never heard of, well, I heard of one 2 years ago. That was the last time I heard of something severe, you know, but other than that, you don't hear of many things. Oh, burglaries you get, yes, but you get all these syndicates, you know, and it's normally foreign. But anyway, general, I don't lock my car. I don't lock my house. I live a carefree life. I mean, I don't stress or anything like that. Here, your neighbors watch you, you know, they watch out for each other. And if somebody is suspicious, you know, they let you know. You know, so whatever people think Paraguay is nothing like Argentina, nothing like Brazil, nothing like Peru, Panama. You know, those are countries with high crime rate. Paraguay is like chiquitito. Come on, people. You know, don't be controlled by fear. It's all bullshit and nonsense. But anyway, you're going to get people like that. They're going to talk so bad about a country because they didn't make it. You know, either it was because they were disillusioned when they came here, and that's why I tell all our clients, you know, have a plan in action. Don't just think you're going to do something you did in Europe here in Paraguay, because the market that you will cater for is only the Europeans. Paraguayans are very poor, you know, in general. They live below the breadline, you know, if you know what that means, you know. So it's tough times, you know. So crime, they will steal things. If you're going to leave your mobile phone outside on a table and unattended, somebody's going to take it. They take it in Europe. They take it everywhere. You know, it's about just being a little bit more mindful about what you do. So again, crime is not a problem in Paraguay. You know, literally it's not. You know, not in the sense that you are accustomed to from wherever you are coming from. Now, in Paraguay, you know, it is a country with its own culture and its own way of doing things, but there is literally no major crimes. Here, people walk around with their tereres and they sit under the trees and they talk. They visit each other. It's always a social group thing happening. But as for crime, no chickens. No, not what you are accustomed to. And whatever people are telling you about Paraguay, they are talking shit. And if you disagree with me, come to me. My house is listed on Google Maps, Ecahli House, Itakarubi. Come and find me, pal. We'll sort it out. Because this Generation X will tell you straightforward you're talking shit. Paraguay does not have the crime that people talk about. No violent crimes, murders and stuff like that. I don't hear of it. So unless there's a mystery Paraguay that I don't know of, life is kind of tranquilo. Tranquilo. Now, the one thing is, keep in mind, Paraguay is poor. So if you're going to start something in Paraguay, cater for the Paraguayans. You know, work with Paraguayans. Enrich each other's lives, because that's how you're going to succeed. If you're going to try do everything yourself and try to be a boss, good luck. You're not going to make it. Even Paraguayans, you know, majority of Paraguayans, you know, are not the most ethical workers or have no ethical work ethics. You know, they'll take their time. They'll take a chance here and there, you know, and Most of them get fired quite a lot. I dated one. She was serious. She was a serial firee. They fired her so many times at so many companies. But anyway, but it shows you the mentality of people here, you know. Little lazy, little lack of motivation, and I don't blame them. First of all, they haven't been inspired. Paraguayans need to be inspired. They need to be shown something new. Even my house that I've built here, you know, I've used bottles, I use rammed earth, I use so many different techniques and technologies, and everybody was like, he's mad, it's not going to stand, it's not going to look good, it's not going to work. And you know, now people are coming to me and asking me for advice. People are coming to me, oh, I have to do this, how would you do this, how could we do that, you know, and that's great. And that's what it's about, you know. Inspire people, work with Paraguayans. I would say 98% of all my friends here in Paraguay is only Paraguayans. 1% would be expats, and 1% would be the rest of the world. So, keeping it small, keeping it real, keeping it intimate, that's how I roll. And anyway, a lot of people like me because I'm outspoken, and a lot of people hate me because I'm outspoken. So, deal with the chicken, build a bridge, and you know what to do with it. Either get over it or jump off it. So, another interesting thing that's happening now, we've been swamped. I've been running around like a mad person today, and Alberto is running around and all these kind of things. Please try get your translations, especially if it's unusual languages or not commonly used languages or things like that, you know, like French, Russian, Latvian, Bulgarian, Ukrainian, all of that. Try to get those translations done in your home country before you come, because here in Paraguay, translators are kind of expensive and they are limited. And we can only use a certain amount of registered translators to do your documentation. So if you can do it in your country, it might be faster than here with us. Okay, so that's now one thing done and dusted. Notarization, don't forget to notarize or apostolize, please, apostolize for America, those kind of things. That can only be done in the country of issue. So if you're in the UK and you apply for your documents, it must be done there. If it's in America, it must be done there, and then you bring it here and we notarize it. Perfect? Makes sense. Now, as you guys know, my spider bite has been fucking severe. And everybody's been going on about, you know, go on antibiotics. And a lovely lady, you know, has been trying to push me to take better care of myself and, you know, medication and, you know, all of that. And she works in the medical field. We're just going to leave it at that. And we agreed to disagree on that subject. I won't take it. So I said to myself this morning, I'm making myself a nice batch of natural antibiotics with cinnamon, cayenne pepper, ginger, and what else did I put in there? I put something else in there. I forgot now what it was. But anyway, so you boil this, you put it in a pot all in honey. And the bigger the spoons that go in it, the better, because, you know, the stronger it is, the better it is. So this antibiotic I have given to so many people, and because people know I'm back in Itokorubi, I made my first batch this morning, and my one employee, Victor, didn't come to work today. So eventually he arrives here at 9 o'clock, sick as a dog. I mean, and his leg is swollen and all of these kind of things, and he's in pain. And I was like, what the you know, and he was like, oh yeah, he doesn't know how it happened, but he's sick, and all of a sudden the leg swelled up, and I was like, holy fuck. So he asked me about my medicine, and I just made a fucking batch. And I said to him, you take it. You need it more than me. Take the batch. I'll make another batch. So then I made the second batch, and the second batch was still busy prickling away there in the pot. And lo and behold, one of my other friends up the road, his whole family is sick. They have really bad cold and all of these kind of things. And he wanted to know if I had some medicine, because last year I gave his whole family medicine, and not, you know, they had flu, they quickly got over it, they love it, it's really potent, it's really good stuff, it's natural. So anyway, there I get flagged again by YouTube for saying natural medicines is better and a natural immune system. Because I refuse to take antibiotics and I've never had that, so I won't do it either. So my sperm is healthy sperm. It's not altered sperm, it's not dead sperm, not slow sperm. So anyway, as I'm being eaten here by mosquitoes, I decided, I'll come and do the video because this is very important. So with Paraguay Residency Services, what we are doing now is we are giving you a variety of accommodation choices. So when you book our services and you want to stay with us, we're going to give you the option where you stay in a hotel, where you stay in a guest house, or you stay like an Airbnb environment with a host family, Paraguayans. Because for me it's important that you mix with Paraguayans, that you get to experience them. They are unbelievable people. And it's just going to give you a whole new perspective on life. Because if you sit in a hotel the whole time or a normal guest house, you're not going to do much. But actually being with people, sharing a house, for a couple of days where they cook and they show you things, guided tours by Paraguayans, like my lovely friend Betty and Blas Diaz. We've had a long chat about, what to do and how we can help each other and all these kind of things. So in Luque, they have a lovely house, and I'm talking beautiful house. And Luque is close to the airport, is centrally located. It is lovely, lovely, lovely. And a very bustling and hustling little city. So it's part of Asunción, but in Asunción there's many cities or many towns. So anyway, so they will be offering their home to tourists, to people coming to stay with us here in Paraguay because they've heard that we are really outgrowing our capacity. So they've offered these services as well as tour guides around Paraguay for you and your family, They took me around Paraguay as well, so many places, And even this house behind me is their house, And I stayed in this house for a year while I was building my house. And it is phenomenal. So we have 2 bedrooms over here with air conditioning, Wi-Fi, electricity, obviously. Everything that you want is here. We have my house, which is also a 2-bedroom house, which you can utilize if you want, or you can stay with them in Luque. Now, there's a lot of people coming to see Eeden Country Club. So please, we invite you to come and have a look. We invite you to come and meet Cornu, see the land, look at the plans, look at the plots, and have a discussion with us, especially him. I mean, he's the sustainable housing construction specialist. I mean, I'm just a novice when it comes to sustainable housing and eco-living and all these kind of things. And this man has been doing sustainable housing for years. I mean, the highest quality. If you look on the website, it's just phenomenal. So Cornu is very happy to welcome you. And if you go to Cacoaçu, you have the option of staying at the hotel, which is like literally 5 kilometers away from them. It's got a pool, it's got a restaurant, it's got everything. It's lovely. Cacoaçu is a beautiful, hustling, bustling little city. Lots of things to look and see. So you have that choice, point 1. Then he will come and pick you up and he will take you around Cacoaçu and show you about the city. Because for him it's also important that besides the community project, the Eeden Country Club, he also wants to show you the city because it's important that you feel comfortable in your surrounding. So life is great, isn't it? So now I'm going to make my 3rd batch of natural antibiotics is now on the stove, prickling away because I haven't had mine yet, and I ran out of my honey now because I've used 2 bottles of honey today, making medicine for people around here. But again, I don't mind. I love doing stuff like that. You have to live life to the fullest of your capacity and enjoy every minute of it. Here in Itacorubi de la Cordillera, people know me very well. I'm one of those people that, I'm the first one to help. When there was a hurricane, I was the first one with a quad bike, driving around, handing out tarps, lamps, and whatever food I can do for people. And I love doing stuff like that. Now the men's mental health support group that I'm starting as well, that's starting to take off, like very, very big. And I'm starting to get involved with a female support group as well, single mothers and children that's basically destitute due to domestic violence and things like that, because I hate domestic violence. I hate when people are bullies. I hate it when people take advantage of other people, and that's just not right. So my job, as I always said to you guys, is to help people. That's my passion. It's my drive. It's my soul's agreement. I love it. And so the women's groups, we're working on that. I'm going to get more involved with my friend. She's a Supreme Court judge. She spearheads this project with the females. So we've been chatting away and all of that, making some plans. Because I'm handy and I'm an industrial psychologist and I'm also a complementary healthcare practitioner, and I've done a lot of stuff, people. I've done a lot of stuff, you know. The waters run deep with this one, you know. So I said to myself, you know what, we're going to do it. I'm focusing on that. I'm focusing on Paraguay Residency services, which is awesome. It's just blossoming. Alberto is a machine. Lydia, absolutely an angel. People will testify about how wonderful they are. They're the management. And then, we have Celine, there is a Celeste. I'm going to say a lot of names wrong because I'm pronouncing the English and the Spanish names is different. I can't remember the other one's names. I'm so sorry. I have to get a list of names and put it up. And people know me. I'm shit with names, numbers, and birth dates. Dates as well, and anyway. So we're just doing so many things at this stage, and we are expanding in such a capacity that we offer a lot more than just immigration services. If you are looking for short-term, long-term rentals, we have that. If you're looking for furnished apartments, unfurnished apartments, furnished houses, we have that. We do an all-inclusive thing. We're also going to do the tour, where people will take you and your family out, show you around Paraguay. If there's places you want to see, places you want to visit, they will take you out because they're Paraguayan. And when you go out with Paraguayan, everything changes. Everything changes. Your perspective, your views, everything is just... It's just a different world, And I was speaking to a guy who's lived here in Paraguay now 5 years. And he's still not settled. And he said to me, I can't find my feet. I can't find this. And I said, well, where do you live? And he says, I live in this community in San Bernardino where there's a lot of expats. I said to him, well, why don't you go out and meet Paraguayans? He says, I don't know how to. He's trying to build his house. He's struggling to find employees, staff, personnel. He's struggling to get things going. And I said to him, that's the problem. It's because you mix with expats. I'm not saying anything's bad with expats. It's just, I left expats and other countries to come here to mix with Paraguayans. Now, if an expat comes our way and they want to come and visit and become friends, great stuff. No problemo. No problema. Pardon. So anyway, life is beautiful. Make the best of things. Don't let fear control you. Don't let other people's fucking words control you. Even when I was planning to come to Paraguay, I had so many friends and people telling me to be despondent, and they were trying to tell me how bad it's going to be and, all these kind of things. I have never been as happy as I am now. I drive a 1978 Volkswagen Beetle 1300. It needs a bit of work. It needs a lot of TLC. But you know what? It goes well. The brake still works. I can hit 100 kilometers now. Steering still goes... I have to do the wheel alignment. So, besides that, you know what? And in 2 years, 2.5 years, I've built a business. Actually, 3 businesses. I've built a house. I drive a old car, a car I've always loved. When I was in university in Amsterdam, I had one, a 1965 convertible. So again, I should never have sold that car. That was a complete import from Germany. It was original. It was somebody that I really cared about. She and her husband, they were like my grandparents, Latvian, and I used to go to them every weekend almost that I could, every break I could, and I used to go to Latvia and stay with him. And she was my spiritual counselor. She was my spiritual guru. She taught me all about, life and spirituality and mindfulness and, all of these wonderful things. So they bought that for me when I was in university as a gift because, they looked at me as a grandson and I missed them terribly, But anyway, so yeah, that was the last Beetle I had until now. And when I came to Paraguay, I said to my friend Blas and Vetty, I said, you know what, I'm definitely getting myself a Volkswagen Beetle. Old cars. And they were like, no, you're joking. I was like, nah, I'm not. And, even today, well, yesterday when Blas and Betty was leaving here, Blas was reminiscing about his Volkswagen Vuska, and how much fun it was. And you could see he gets like a child because these cars make you feel like a child, you feel young again, So, and anyway, the car is 50 years old. I love every minute of it, It's just one of those things in life, Appreciate what you have. Work for what you want. Don't let people put you down or, put you in bad places. I've been there, for a couple of months this year. I was put in a very bad place by somebody that I loved. But, it took a while to get out of that. It took a while to find my strength and just say, hey, you know what? I'm worth more than this shit. So since then, everything has just skyrocketed. I do apologize. This is a long video, but we have a lot of things to cover today, chickens. Again, be mindful with spiders and bugs in Paraguay. The exotic creatures do tend to fucking eat you. I'm milking my arm every day. I mean, I have 8 bites. And as the bites was done, as the spider was trying to get out while I was sleeping, it kind of festers, so you have to, it's nasty. But anyway, so mind yourselves. Mosquitoes, there's nothing you can do, chicken. Just precaution. Anti-mosquito spray, tabard, the coils, the electric mosquito plugs. I use that everywhere in the house. Now I'm sitting outside because I want to prove to you guys I love you, and I'm sitting here being eaten by mosquitoes, sacrificing my blood group here. But you see, that's what happens if you have unvaccinated blood groups. Everybody wants a piece of you. So, and anyway, let go of fear, enjoy life. I mean, I'm sitting here today looking at trees with oranges. I mean, it's just, there's a big mango tree there's avocado, there's 2 naranjas, guavas. I mean, it's all here in the outside of the property. You know what I'm saying? Inside we have a lot of orange trees, lemon trees. As you can see over there, those things growing there, that's ginger, pals. Those bushes there by there, that's ginger. So that I planted when I got here, and I forgot it was ginger. And then my friend Blas was saying, well, what are you going to do with the ginger? I was like, what? Fucking ginger? He was like, and I was like, oh my word. So yeah, I'll take them apart. But again, everything grows. If you really want to do things, you'll do things well. So I will be off to the States very soon for a little visit. So I'm not sure yet if it's going to be December, January, but I have an open invitation with all expenses paid for me and a partner to go to New York, New Orleans, from New Orleans, Seattle, from Seattle, back to Paraguay, and then a lot of trips coming up. I'm going to Panama as well next year, because the other project that we have there is pretty much getting there. There's a few things that they need my help with. So this year I cannot go, but next year I will definitely go to see my Panama project, which is lovely. Now that is fully occupied already. So shows you Panama, was my first choice, but then I decided to go with Paraguay. And so now, 2.5 years later, here I am. My project is happening, here Eeden Country Club and Ecahli is happening. It is amazing. From being stressed a few years ago, sitting in the UK and with all this shenanigans of lockdowns and all of these kind of things, I didn't live. I was always anxious. I was always in fear. I was always like, and And since I've been here, it's a whole transformation, you know. So again, life is not always better where you are. The grass is greener on the other side, yes, because the cows shit more on this side. But what does it mean if the grass is greener on this side and the cows shit more on this side? So it means here is a more organic lifestyle. It is better. It's going to take getting used to because you don't have the infrastructure that developed countries have. And now let's be honest, America is not as developed as they think it is because literally it's not. So again, life is different here. If you work hard, if you're a good person, if you have a good, strong network, you can achieve anything in Paraguay. I'm telling you this. Reach out. We have specials coming up on our website for Paraguay Residency services on package deals where we're going to take you to Eeden is also going to be included into this, where it will be accommodation here in Itikorubi, accommodation in Kakuasu. We'll take you to Eeden Country Club, and we'll take you around Piribabui, Kakupe, and all these lovely places. So we're going to take you around. We're going to make sure that you and your family are taken care of. So if you need anything, reach out. If you just want to talk, reach out. Trolls, fuck off. Be nice. If you have nothing nice to say, shut up. This platform is where people have the freedom to actually speak their minds, but without offending or being abusive, because that's just how we are. My channel is for people that's really open-minded, and it grows. We are on 820 and it grows very quickly. So again, this channel is to help you. It's to provide you with information that I couldn't find on the internet. Literally, I couldn't. And through my own learning, my own experiences, this is how I got to where I am today. So, love, light, and all those wonderful, funky, jazzy things.